I'm Edie Lush, and I'm inside the Hub Culture studio in Davos with one of my favorite guests. Am I allowed to say that? Is that all right?
If I'm allowed to say, you're one of my favorite interviewers.
Oh, good, I love it. Kathy Bessant, thanks for coming back. Bank of America Chief Operating and Technology Officer.
Great to be here.
So we have talked in the past about AI, and I know that you're very concerned with responsible AI. Now tell me, first of all, the kind of things that you are looking about and thinking about.
Sure. Well, big demystification need here. AI is really nothing more than lots of data with lots of algorithms with capabilities that we didn't have 5 years ago in the form of big, major, huge computing power. So the ability to do what we used to do manually at huge scale. It holds lots of opportunities for us in business and in society at large to be better with information, more customized with things we can do together and ways we can be important to customers and clients. But it also holds the potential for unintended consequences, whether they be workforce change, whether they be outcomes that were once predictable but now are uncertain. And our whole focus is, yes, AI for growth, but responsible AI to make sure we get the benefit without the potential downside.
So tell me some of the things that I now have. I'm really excited to have my iPhone 10. I do like the facial recognition. I'm now starting to use it with my banking applications and all sorts of other kinds of things. And certainly I don't find myself using my fingerprint. So now what's next?
Well, biometrics are here and now, and that's facial recognition is biometrics. We, for a long time, have been using retina scanning to get into our buildings, our physical buildings. We're now looking at handprints, not fingerprints, but handprints as a signature way into a building. We're using voice recognition and the ability...
Which I understand that's actually even more detailed in terms of the kind of things and markers that it has about people.
Sure, because not only can we then process the words, but we can process the tone and whether a customer, a client, or a caller is happy, whether they're stressed, what we can do to help, and whether they actually think we're being helpful by reading their voice patterns.
So do you think the U.S. is ready for the transformation in terms of capabilities that it's going to take to deal with the revolution in technology? We've got, I think, something like 500,000 open computer science jobs, but a tenth of that in terms of the people graduating in computer science?
I'm not sure any sector is ready. I'm not sure governments are ready for the pace of change. I'm not sure that corporates are ready for the pace of change, or citizens as a whole. In fact, as you know, this is getting a huge amount of conversation at Davos this year. And no question, a gap in technical talent is a big part of that. The numbers you quote are right. They're only going to grow. We're graduating 10% of the people that we need in the engineering and technical disciplines. I happen to think diversity and work to make a more inclusive technology workforce is a big part of solving that equation. Very few women or people of color in the United States in the technical disciplines, and when you're trying to solve a huge, huge talent gap, and 50% of the world's population isn't really a factor, that's an asymmetry we've got to cure.
Tell me about the, this is the year that potentially we've reached peak crypto. In fact, I think there's sort of 4 different places along the drag here that you can go and talk about cryptocurrency. Tell me about your thoughts on crypto and blockchain in terms of where you think it might take the financial services industry.
Well, they're 2 different things, right? Blockchain or distributed ledger technology is a technological platform that holds huge opportunity, keeping what used to be paperwork and money moving together in a constantly authenticated way, whether that be in an individual company, a private network, or even publicly eventually. That holds huge power to make us better, cheaper, faster, all good news for customers and clients and risk management. Cryptocurrencies or anonymous currency, that's another story. It's a derivation of use of distributed ledger, and the whole financial system is built on transparency, knowing the sender and receiver of a payment, and not sure that crypto meets those hurdles in terms of safety for the financial markets. So we're very focused on how to deploy the underlying technology, and not so enamored with what crypto may hold.
And tell me about your work that we've talked before about gender, about diversity. You mentioned how much Bank of America benefits from encouraging diversity, and there's in fact I think more than 50% or 50% of Bank of America's employees overall are women.
50% of our employees overall, including, by the way, in the tech disciplines. 45% of our senior management team are women, and 35% of our board. And what we have found is, no question, we're proving out the study after study after study out there that tells us that bringing diverse perspectives together makes for better decisions, makes for a more sustainable, better balanced workforce, and really not only accomplishes a societal good around empowerment and economic growth, but no kidding, produces better results.
Right. Now, as somebody who's been the victim of a cybersecurity breach, I know just how frustrating, scary, and impactful it was on my life. You guys are spending, in fact, $600 million on cybersecurity. What's the focus of that? Where are you focusing the attention of that investment?
Well, the most important investment we make is in our talent. Some would say that's counterintuitive, that no, it must be some sort of technical product or technical capability. And that is for sure a part of the solution, a big part of the solution, and technical sophistication is a part of the answer here. But the real key to understanding threats and assessing them, and to prioritizing preventive measures and then remediating brilliantly in the moment of attack, that is all judgment. And so the most important investment we make are in a world-class team of people who think of themselves as on the wall, protecting the firm and protecting our customers and clients. And if you don't mind the taking it one step further, if you're Bank of America with the reach we've got, I like to think we're protecting society at large.
Exactly.
But it's expensive, and $600 million is a lot of shareholder investment, and we take it very seriously.
And you're innovating against people who are moving really, really quickly, right?
Right, and who are unconstrained by regulation, and frankly, unconstrained by customers.
Or ethics.
And who are rewarded in their respective marketplace for beating us. So yes, that not only is it the perpetrators themselves who move incredibly fast, but the pace of their deployment of technological tools is stunningly quick. So we have to be stunningly quick too.
Kathy, thank you so much. And by the way, I know you're going to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Can I wish you the best of luck?
Thank you. I'll talk to you on the other side. I will. Thank you. Thanks,
Exactly.
Edie.
Thank you. And I'm Edie Lush.